Pick apart the passion. Pick apart the passion. Pick the passion. Pick passion. Pick apart the passion. Pick apart the passion. 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 Pick apart the passion. 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 Pick apart the passion. Pick apart the passion. Pick the passion. Pick the passion. Pick apart the passion. Pick apart the passion. 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 Pick apart the passion. Passion. Peace. Tonight, we're on Pick Apart the Passion podcast. I'm your host, Tayamu Denku. And shouts to Cypher Them Music, Jab Kai Media, and my homie Rambunctious, who is the creator of Pick Apart the Passion podcast. And tonight, we got hailing all the way from Buffalo, New York, the homie Son of Tony. How are you doing, man?
I'm peace. And yourself?
I mean, like I said, man, I just got off the grind, man. But I'm looking forward to this.
Sure.
So here's the thing. So the thing is I think it was back in I want to say it's back all the way maybe in March, either March, something like that, something like March, where I was doing a podcast pretty heavy or whatever, and I was talking to some people over at Weekly Rap Gods, and they were telling me like, oh yeah, I got some of these some people that you should maybe get on your show at some point in time. I was like, oh word, well what's the list of people? And your name was actually mentioned way back then to me, and at this time I feel like your name was familiar to me a little bit. Because I kind of keep track of things all over the place, especially Buffalo, because I know a lot of people out there. But yeah, your name was mentioned about coming on the show. At that point in time, I was booked out pretty far. But I dove into some of your music. Thought it was pretty fresh. At that time, it was me and another host, and I brought it up to him. And he was like, "Oh yeah, he's dope. In the near future, we should probably get him on." And then like time went by, right? And then randomly, I'm in Worcester doing the Rod Digger cipher.
Worcester,
whatever it is.
They call it the Worcester.
Yeah, there you go. So I'm out there, and then I come back from getting something to eat, and literally your set is just about to start. And I'm out there with my girl, and we're watching the set. And then you say your name before a joint, and I'm like, oh shit, this is the cat that I was supposed to have on the pod, that I was supposed to look into having on the podcast back in the day, to reach out. And then, like I said, like I ended up, I was working with another host. We had all these things randomly get booked because he was booking people, I was booking people, so it was like that. And then yeah, it was dope that you were there, and you killed your. Actually, I'm not trying to talk shit, but you were one of the few people that actually didn't rock over their vocals at the whole show, which is that's a big A+ on my performance radar. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, killed your set. I thought it was dope. Obviously, I came up to you. We briefly talked, and I said I wanted to get you on, and here we are. There it is.
Yeah, It's a pleasure, man. It's an honor too. And ain't that how God worked? You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
that sound
yeah,
like God to me. You know what I mean?
yeah, man. So you've been pretty active lately though. You did the obviously you did that. Did you do the whole run with Rod Digger? That
The
whole
whole
run?
tour, you know, the whole 4 dates.
Yeah. How was the whole tour? Was it fresh?
It was fresh. It was definitely fresh. That was an experience in itself. Fucking Digger is a surgeon. Like I always fuck with her because of the God Buster. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
you know, to finally see her in the flesh and you know what I'm saying, she talking that shit and she ain't even talking that shit the way that these chicks be talking that shit. She coming in there spitting grown man bars
Oh yeah.
with all the sense in the fucking world. And I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm thrown the fuck back. It felt like I was in a time warp for a minute and I was back in that 90s capsule that I will never ever depart from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
feel you.
That part of hip hop is it's the DNA that they see me approach with now. You know what I'm saying? If you wonder where the that come from in me, it's from the fucking 90s.
I feel that. I
You
feel
know
that.
what I'm saying? The tour was dope. The first date we had was in I believe it was I believe it was Mass. And the venue was dope. It was a dope joint that I had never been to before. It was hella dope. And you know, kicking it with her, you know, for a minute and all of that. You know how it be. You know how it be when people was up there. You know what I'm saying? Their status is
Mhm.
up there. You know what I'm saying? They don't. You know what I mean? They be a little finicky about fucking with the new cats and shit. But you know what I'm saying? She was personable, and that made it better too. So, but overall, you know, shout out to my boy Kenny Mercer. That's who put the tour together. It was worth it. We ended the joint at Dingbats in New Jersey, and it was an experience. It's something I won't forget no time soon.
Yeah, the homies Pace and Z were out there, right? They were out there
Yeah,
too.
Pace and Z was out there. Shout out to them boys, Brick City boys.
Oh
They was
yeah,
on that shit.
me and them actually. I got albums, unreleased albums with both of them actually that I haven't
Hmm.
put out yet. Like we
I
got
fuck with again. You know, motherfuckers don't be quick to like give you no type of motherfucking respect when it come to this shit, especially if they've been doing that shit for a while. I was on tour. I was on a 4-day tour a month before that,
yeah,
suicide prevention tour. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Yep.
And that's the first time I met him. I met him at the joint in Long Island, and as soon as I got off the stage, that was the first person that came up to me and was like, "Yo, nigga, you nice." You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, give me your name, your contact. Like, I ain't just saying that shit. I want to fuck with you. I was like, whoa. I felt that. I felt that energy. So that's the God. Shout out to the God.
Yeah. I mean, and you are dope, man. So let me ask this, since we're talking about how you feel like you got that 90s gruff, you know what I'm saying? So how far back does it go? I was looking through the bio and it said the bio says 2016. And I'm like, did you just start doing this? How far back how far back does the passion in hip hop go, or did you really literally just start doing it and you already got savage on them? You know what I'm saying?
It's true story. I always had the gift. The passion was always there, but I'm a block nigga. I ain't want to be a bum. That's all I cared about. You know what I'm saying? So I never chased the natural dream or the natural gift that God had gave me. You know what I'm saying? I had went through some unfortunate events and it forced me to really reevaluate my life and what I wanted to do. And I'm like, damn, why not just try the one thing that I never really tried? You know what I'm saying? Could I freestyle for the homies and all of that? Yeah, but I wasn't writing. I ain't start writing until 2012. I wrote my first 16 2012. And you know, I had a slow process. Um, it ain't no crazy big network here. Well, it's kind of getting there now, but it wasn't then. So, I ain't really had that many connections in it getting in to this thing, or knowing where to go. So I had a few songs I put together and threw out the EP, but I ain't get serious till 2016. So I really been going hard since 2016.
So the crazy thing about that is my first time ever playing Buffalo on tour is 2016.
Mm,
So, so
mm,
it's crazy. It's crazy that
mm,
you started getting serious on the hip hop shit when the first time I toured there, which is
mm,
I mean that's crazy to me.
mm.
So because you've already made you already elevated to levels that it takes years for people to get to. You know what I'm saying? I mean, looking at the record, um, you know the Sun on Sunday record. Looking at that, looking at some of the people you got to break bread with on the songs, Sky Zoo, Ren Thomas, Mickey Fax, working with people like that
Pitch
already in the game, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's fresh, especially just getting your feet wet in 2016 with it and working with some heavy hitters. That's fresh in itself, you know what I'm
As
saying?
soon as I got the verse from Tish Hyman, she was just getting nominated for the first time um with Ty Dollar Sign for a Grammy. That was her first nomination. So I felt like it was history being made all around the board. You know what I'm saying? Especially for myself. So, shout out to Ren, shout out to Tish, shout out to Mickey, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sky. I'm about to drop a video with him soon. I've been tucking that joint in the cut, waiting
Fresh.
for it to get cold again. But that's the debut. That's my debut to the world. Like, I'm here. And you know, when you look back at this something that you create, you always gonna find things that you could do better, or things that you wish you would have did a little differently. But as far as a debut go, shit, I could have did a lot worse. I hear a lot worse every day. Real shit.
I
And I
I
say
don't
that humbly.
I
Real
don't I don't think I don't think it's a bad debut at all, man. We're gonna play a couple of the joints off there and talk about them, talk about your rhyme style, how you go about actually putting your verses together. You mentioned that you were freestyling first. And that's how I started rhyming too. I freestyled before I ever wrote anything. So how far back do you think that you were just randomly freestyling?
probably since I was about 4. You know what
Oh,
I'm
so
saying?
way so
That
way
and
back.
that and I found out in the most awkward way. We all stumble into our gifts a different way. It was the fucking African drums for me.
Mm.
Hearing a certain set of African drums, it set a trigger off in me, and I felt it deep in my soul. Like I ain't know what to say. And then I started doing it, and then I would freestyle to the hum of the birds or cars going across the street, and being on the block, everybody like, yo, why you not taking that shit serious? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole hood knew about me and what I was doing. But I was caught up in that cycle as young dudes go through when we trying to find our way and we ain't trying to do the right thing and work the 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
I made my way back to it. Absolutely.
So the MC name, Son of Tony, what can you break that down? Can you where's that come from?
My father is really that simple, man.
That's
You know what
that's
I'm
what it
saying?
is.
I'm my
Okay.
father's son. My father, rest in peace. His name was Tony. And if I had to choose something to call myself, it would have to be authentic to me. It would have to be something that I chose. You know what I'm saying? That I could honestly relate to. It ain't a lot of people I could relate to. I could relate to him though. It was only one of him.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up,
So
man.
it's saying honor, and homage to him. You know, he ain't get a chance to see his son doing right. You know what I'm saying? He saw everybody else do right. He ain't really get to see me do right. So um, I know that's what he wanted. You know what I mean? So it's all about honor with me.
Yeah. The thing that's super dope to me about what you got going on is I grind heavy in this shit. Like I've been doing this like 26 years.
Mhm.
And uh you seem like you have that same grind. Like you got the merch, you got the crazy thing about it is when I do all these shows, I see all these artists and none of them have merch. And in my head I'm thinking like, what you why are you performing? If you ain't got nothing to show, if you ain't got nothing for people to buy off you after you do your work, I mean, yeah, there's a
Answer for that
you know,
though.
huh?
I got the answer for that though.
What's up?
Is the answer to it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The ones that you don't see with the merch, they just living off the dream right now. You know what I'm saying? They still need that little extra money in their pocket. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? To invest towards that. The priorities is different. See, I did mine a little different. I didn't have a fan base for all of the clothing that I spent and purchased for. But whenever I felt like I was ready to bust a move or it was time to go do a show, all the people that I saw that was professional about it, they had merch. That speaks for itself. You
Yeah.
need a representation of you, a physical representation of you that somebody could walk away with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Whether they purchase it or whether you feel it in your heart, they give it to them. You know what I'm saying? It's been plenty of times like, I couldn't really afford to give away the shit I've been spending money on, but I do this shit all the time because I believe so hard. And I know one day in the end it's gonna come back anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So
Yep.
all the artists that happen to be, hearing this or seeing this right now, the merch is one of the most important things, man, when you come outside your lab. You need some product, man.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Definitely. And yeah, people definitely need to get on that. And yeah, I mean that's just what it is, man. Because like I said, I've done a ton of shows, I've done a lot of tours, and without the merch, um, you know, obviously some shows on a tour, you get your guarantee. But the thing is that in the States, in the US, um, they ain't trying to pay uh really shit unless you're like super popular from what I've known.
Right?
Because I've done tons of tours all over the US, and yeah, I'll get my little guarantees here and there, like when I come back. You know what I'm saying? But that initial break, the first time you play there, they're really trying to test the water with you and see how you are. That's why you bring that gang full of merch, you might still walk out of there with, you know,
For
250,
when?
300, maybe more than that at like every night of the tour. You know what I'm saying?
It all
So,
depends on the venue too, because you know how some people there, they just there for the entertainment and that's it. You know what I'm saying? But
mm-hmm,
the people that love the culture, if it's somebody in that crowd that love the culture, man, they gonna cop from you, man. It's
mm-hmm.
like they need it. It's some
Yeah.
real audio files out here. We need it. You know what I'm saying? We can't live without it. So yeah,
Yeah, man. So let's get into one of these joints. Let's play this
for sure.
um hmm. Let's actually play the energy joint that I actually promoted you being on the show with, because I like that joint. I like how you start
Heard
that
the
out.
B side to it.
I think man, I don't know if I heard the B side actually.
Woo,
Wait,
I'm
wait, wait, wait,
dangerous.
wait. So you're saying the B side is doper than the original?
I'm dangerous, man. Absolutely.
Now you're gonna make me try to dig up the B side now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely gonna dig that up after this. But let's actually play energy. We'll
For
play that
sure.
joint. We'll come back. We'll talk about your process of writing, putting your songs together and stuff like that. We'll come back and we'll talk about that. But yeah, let's run energy. Pick apart the passion podcast, son of Tony. I'm your host, Tayamu Denk. Let's get into it.
Yeah. One and only, son of Tony. Tobes on the beat, boy. Listen. He ain't looking for friends, we all know how that ends. All I want is to win, atonement for my sin. I be gone in the wind, appear every now and then, so you remember the face, but still give me my space. The price of fame is decline, your boy's dying to shine. I've been refining my shine, to adapt to the times. For a diamond to shine, deficit and pressure combines. It gets better with time, even with flaws it can shine. All it takes is a dollar sign for diamonds to shine. Diamonds look good on some dirt, dirt you're laying under in time. All this dirt for my grind, made me clean it with mine. And I know your girl looking, you can keep on fine. All this God that's in me, nowadays that's plenty. Knowledge the only thing in life, ain't ask me for a penny. And wisdom just let me know that ugly still pretty. An understanding is overstood if it's standing in me. My new shit, I don't give that. To get a pound from me, you get a hug with that. Been doing this for so long, still showing love, the niggas so wrong. My new shit, you can get my energy. You rock with my op, you are now my enemy. No honor in this world of thievery. Funny how things ain't always what they seem to be. Knowing I'm godly but holy but no measure. Heckler on the dresser, I weigh on the measure. Pilgrimage with no mecca with 3 felony record. Poison is ejected into a cut that's infected. Hating my color is like hating my brother, but my brother hate me, that's why we killing each other. And Cain slew Abel, real life say he just a dot. No salat, charging instances to whip in your pot, that's her rhyme. Stuff a loss upon the law, Hussein's a dime. That backpack next to your ass, that's a bomb. Terrify your territory, there's no calm. Synergy of a dictator, no relief, no bomb. I have no off switch, y'all must be switched on. Bullied and picked on and made victim. Hell for you infidels until they all gone. Infinity stone, like right back where it belongs. My new shit, I don't give that. To get a pound from me, you get a hug with that. Been doing this for so long, still showing love, the niggas so wrong. My new shit, you can get my energy. You rock with my op, you are now my enemy. No honor in this world of thievery. It's funny how things ain't always what they seem to be.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's fire right there. So when you write something like that, what's the process? How long does it take? You coming from a freestyle background, how long does it take to pen together a song?
It all depends. It really depends on the beat to me. Soundscape is everything to me. I don't know about nobody else, but soundscape is like 50% for me. So the more nasty fluid that I got to spill on, you know what I'm saying, the bigger the mess gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like I love to damage beats. I'm not intimidated by the music, man. So I guess, it really just depends how much I like the record. You know what I'm saying? Once I like the beat, that shit just get to coming. So, it ain't no 45-minute process because I really be thinking my shit out, but it don't take me long. My last 3 projects, one took me 9 days, the second one took 13, the other one took 11. You know what I'm saying? So it come fairly quickly. Like I could crank out music, but it's more about the quality for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That matters to me. Bars matter. Concepts matter. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely. And you got a home spot, or you actually go to a studio? Are you in your home studio right now?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't go anywhere.
Yeah, I think that's the wave, man. That's the wave that a lot of artists should try to get to, especially nowadays that major labels I mean, you could thrive for that, but is that really something, that you really need? I don't know if it's something somebody
Certain
really needs.
certain artists need that type of environment where it's a bunch of guys around and it's a bunch of girls around. And, you know what I'm saying? It's that party type of atmosphere. That's what bring out the best in them. Me, I like to hear the music bouncing off the styrofoam and I'm dolo. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I don't need nobody ever, just like I ain't need nobody in the street to get busy. Like I don't need nobody to get busy. You know what I'm saying? I love the independent nature of it. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I got a big boy studio in here. I don't know how to work none of this shit. I pay an engineer to come in here and record me, man. I'm not going to your studio, man, unless we got some type of connection and I have to be there. You know what
I
I'm
feel
saying?
that.
It'd be
I
different
feel that.
spirits going in and out the spot all the time. Like I'm big on my energy now. So once I figured out that part of it, that's when my best music came when I got by myself and built it from home.
Have you been having a home studio spot but bringing an engineer in? Have you been, you know, learning your way through that, or do you have any interest in
I got
um
all the interest in it. You know what I'm saying? I know at some point I evolved to that. I'm too busy trying to bust the world in the mouth for not listening to me, man.
I
I
feel
got
that.
beef with the planet, man. You gotta hear me, man. I get to that shit later. I
I feel
gotta
you.
get this workout. Word.
Yeah, I feel that. Cause yeah, I mean, you know, I think it's 15, might be going on 16 years that I've been engineering my own shit. You know what I'm saying? Uh, it's just something I picked up over time. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all dudes is different. You know what I'm saying? Y'all holding beats in y'all head. Like I could this shit that go through my head 2, 3 o'clock in the morning that wake me up my sleep for a producer or engineer, it's gotta be 10 times worse. It's gotta be. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying? So I hold the utmost respect for people that are able to craft that so quickly. You know what I'm saying? Sound waves and learning all of that shit, like that's a little difficult. It take time. Like, it's not
oh
difficult,
yeah,
but it take time. I don't want it to take away from the writing process, man. I'm too busy trying to establish the brand. But once that's fully established, then you know what I'm saying, that's the next goal. You know what I mean? To be able to knock out this shit out here in my head.
yeah, 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 man. So talk about the Sun on Sunday record.
Sun on a Sunday.
Sun on a Sunday. Talk about um. Okay, so you put out some tapes before that. You put out
Uh-huh.
the Son and His Father series, right?
Mhm.
You put out 3 tapes, and then you put out this record. And when you were done making the tapes, were you already starting to work on the record, or do you just move from project to project and you work on it then, or did you already have an idea that that's what you wanted to do?
No, all of this shit is by accident.
Word, man.
And let me explain though. Let me build on that. When you first coming out, and I can't really speak for nobody else, but I come from Buffalo, New York, and nobody was willing to fuck with us, acknowledge us, any of that. And you know how much we love New York City. But Benny Conway and West Side Gun was out here smashing shit. I felt it like my duty to uphold what them boys made relevant for the whole world to see what the fuck is here now. So when I started developing this music, they were already on their wave. They were already, getting to the way of their peak. And here I am I'm like, yeah, this is all the motivation I need. Cause look how they just kicked the world out. They just put the whole world on notice.
Yeah.
So that shit just kept propelling me. And as I begin to write these things, you start to learn soundscape and you start to know that all of these things can't go on the same project. Some of these things got to go somewhere else. And that's how the other projects started. It all depends on what fits with what to me. And that's how they came. I started writing so much that it was more than one project being written at the same time. The Son on His Father tape 3, that's a double EP. That's 18 records. I wrote all of them at the same time. Took me 30 days to write all of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like it was such a beautiful thing to see me perform at such a high level so quickly after not doing it at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it just reinfluenced the fact that all of these people that I was hearing that was saying, yo, do it, do it, do it. Once I finally started to do it, I see what they meant. I had it all along. What the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah. Because I mean, digging in and finding out that you just basically started hitting this shit for real in 2016. I mean, it's crazy because you sound like a very developed artist already. You know what I'm saying? Like you already been a veteran in the game. You don't sound like somebody that just started. What is that? 5 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it don't sound like that at all. I would have never guessed that at all. Like I would have thought that that you were already a vet. I actually was thinking like, man, I wonder it would be crazy if back in the day when I randomly ran at a track meet in Buffalo for like some junior nationals in high school.
Mm-hmm.
When I ran there, we went to this mall spot and we ran into some MCs and they were fresh. And I was like, it would be crazy if he was one of those MCs from then that I randomly ran into. And then I'm like, oh shit. But he's not, because he just started doing this shit and hitting this shit crazy. Oh shit. But yeah, man. It's very impressive, man. And the record you put out is very impressive. And I'm looking forward to the next one, definitely. And yeah, man. Speak about the Buffalo scene. You spoke about it a little bit, obviously. Yes, you know, Benny Conway, West Side definitely making their mark on the world, and congrats to all of them because they're all fresh. But there's actually a lot of super dope artists in Buffalo in general. I've known about them for years. I could shout out a ton because I've played there a bunch of times. I've interacted with a lot of artists, and
see that.
yeah,
The world is going to see that.
yeah,
The world gonna see that.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of artists out there, man. I don't know who you're all familiar with. I actually just finished EP with my homie Mad Dukes. He's actually Buffalo. We actually did a project, me, him, my dude Bofat from Germany on the production, and then my dude Fresh Kills on production from out of Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that turned out fresh. And you can, I mean, there's just a lot of hungry artists in Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? And it says, oh yeah, and it's actually one of my favorite spots to play, because the type of music that I do, I always get a lot of love on the East Coast, man, because I don't sound like a dude from Midwest Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the people from out here, I don't know if you ever been to Milwaukee, but a lot of the people out here are on that, trap drill shit. They're not really on that bar hip hop shit. There's a little bit, but not that much. So I get my little minimal love out here. But then when I tour and I go East Coast, I feel like I always get love out East because that's what I'm about. I love bars. I love lyrics. So yeah, man. So what are you trying? Obviously, you want to push the brand, you want to push yourself, but what is your ultimate goal? Would you think, like in the hip hop shit? What do you think your ultimate goal is?
I'm still at the point where I understand that there's so many possibilities. It's hard to imagine what it could be. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the ultimate end will be or the ultimate pinnacle, but I do, whatever I accomplish, like it's in me to give back somehow. So no matter what I do, at the end of the day, I'd rather be known for the humanitarian in me than just any other basic, concept a person can place on something. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
care about people. I care about conditions. You know what I'm saying? Um, my environment is what, you know, basically stopped me from getting to the point where I'm at now. Um, once I began to change that, actually saw the room for this. So no matter what it is, you know what I'm saying? When it all goes down, whatever happens with me, I'm gonna give it back to the universe some kind of way. You know what I mean? It has to be paid forward, man. You still have to pay it forward. You know what
that's
I'm
what's up,
saying?
man.
No me for giving it back because a lot of things wasn't given to me. You know what type of person it take to give what isn't given to you?
Yeah, that's serious. That's serious right there. Yeah, man. I mean, on that, I want to go in. I want to
Let
play.
me, but
Go ahead. Go
listen,
ahead. Go ahead.
let me expound on that for a
Yeah,
second.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was in California. Um, this my second time going to California, but the first time, I was dolo and I didn't get a chance to see what I saw the second time. And what I saw the second time was completely beautiful and horrible at the same time. And
Mm,
the way I saw homeless there was different than how I saw homeless in New York City. And these are completely two different coasts. And in this day and age, for it to be so much is it's not mind boggling, but it's mind altering, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It
mm-hmm.
changed my perception. It did something to me to the point where I know I have to be a part of a solution to that. Those are the things that I daydream about.
Yeah, man.
What is a way I can give people a home that don't have what it takes to maintain a home? That's a crazy question and it
It
needs a
is. Yeah.
crazier answer.
Yeah, man. Yeah. 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 There's a lot of people with tough lives out there. Um, trying to get through. Even out here. And I mean, out here, if New York's definitely very cold. So I can imagine like being in a homeless situation would be very hard out there. And then if you could think about Milwaukee, there's actually a big homeless issue out here as well. But out here, the crazy thing about it is, we get negative temperatures,
Mm,
and you got people. There was a spot that I feel like they ended up shutting down just because it was expanding so big because the homeless population was so big. It was called Tent City, and basically it was an entire
mm, mm,
homeless community that basically built a city out of all tents, um, and that's where they lived. And I feel like that was because of the lack of the lack of enough homeless shelters to help people, um, and stuff like that. And then obviously if you don't reach, the homeless shelter at a certain time, they turn you away. So yeah, there's definitely, that's definitely a huge problem in the U.S. in general. Um, that
I was homeless a few times. A
and then,
few times. So you know what I'm saying? That's a universal problem. It's probably a tent city in every city,
oh yeah, yeah,
and you know we sometimes it's so painful we turn a blind eye to it. You know what I'm saying? Or it's so painful, we try to forget that part even existed if we was lucky enough to make it out of it. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Um, One day it'll come a time where people will see, you know what I mean, that should be eradicated. That should be eradicated. All this food on the planet and it's people that still ain't eating. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I could see
yeah,
animals, not people.
mm-hmm.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
man.
saying? That's what make us different than most creatures. You know what I'm saying? All the creatures is our ability to, you know, turn an idea into something magnificent, something glorious. You know what I'm saying? Something for mass consumption. The betterment of, all humankind. It's a lot of things that can help us. Having a place to live is a major one.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Um, yeah, I always and I mean I thought it was super crazy during the pandemic situation. When they were you know, extending people's, rent and shit like that, or like where they wouldn't have to pay so they could have a place to live. But then all of a sudden, they just cut that whole shit off, and they just they're like, oh well, that shit's done now. So now you got to figure it out. And it's fucked up that the country could just do that. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously the people that are in power in the country, they ain't got no problems. You know what I'm saying? And they probably never had problems. A majority of them, they probably been in a good spot their whole life. So, coming from an inner city situation, it's almost the same concept of um, there's people at my job that uh, that basically automatically had a higher position because of somebody they knew
Mm.
already. You know what I'm saying? So they never, and then they expect all these things out of the people that are doing all this grunt work on the bottom. They expect all these things, but they don't know how to even do it themselves. And they've never been in that situation to do it themselves, but they expect that from you. You know what I'm saying? It's the whole idea is crazy, man. And the US is full of opportunities out the ass, but at the same time, the US is a very fucked up place. Um,
System upon system upon system, and they're all methods of oppression. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? That's part of the message in all of the music. Um, you, the messages are there for the people that care enough to catch it. Everybody not gonna care enough to catch it, but you know, when we create these things, we put in this energy out there.
Hmm.
And when I'm putting this raw ass energy out there, you know what I'm saying? I always got it in the back of my mind, like, I know I can't control it, but I put the essence of God on it. It's supposed to go to the right places. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain things like things that we talking about right now. It's not the cool thing to rap about it. It ain't the cool thing to promote. It's not the, you know what I'm saying? It's not the party starter. It's not the shit that's entertaining, man, because the shit is fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
and all we see is fucked up shit, man. My city, before it was even a pandemic, it's a ghost town at a certain hour. We ain't trying to get shot.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
feel
saying? So when COVID hit, it was like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I did, you know, when we were able to come back outside, that's when life was back, because the people that you couldn't see struggling, they were right there struggling even more.
Yeah, man.
It's a universal problem, but you know what I'm saying? It just takes some more time and consideration and you know, human effort, man, because effort matters the most. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a thing that, you know, it ain't a thing that could just be put aside like all these other things that's put aside. You know what I'm saying? The human condition should not be put aside.
No, I feel that. I
And
feel
that's
that
the thing
definitely.
about hip hop, man. We, you know, the forefathers that started this, it was about the teaching. You know what I'm saying? How you talking all of this shit, but you ain't really got nothing to talk about when it really matter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah, real shit right there, definitely. Um, Man, I mean, on that, I want to get back in and play actually one of my favorite joints off of the off the record. Joint Afterthought. I wanted to play that. I love that joint. I did see that you're actually dropping what was it?
Forethought and afterthought together.
Yeah, together. That's dope. That's dope. How you're doing that and putting that together. So yeah, let's play Afterthought. Um, and then let's come back. I don't want to keep you super long, man. Let's come back. We'll talk and break bread about your next project that you're working on. Um, and then obviously, yeah, you could give people a little more insight on how to stay in contact with you know, your music, how they can keep up to date with it and everything like that. But yeah, let's run this joint Afterthought. Um and yeah, we'll be right back. Here we go.
I'm the sun, stayed alone, but still amongst them stars. Moon reflected, seed born, my lineage of above. Peace, God, knowledge. Brain of a scholar, never finished college. Rather give me debt than success with dollars. Want me in the urban way while popping collars. Shit is garbage, nonsense, boy, they did for my conscience. My bars dressed, but not in a fashion. My content, constant, brain constant with all my comments. Convos, conversing with niggas that's on that conscience. Convicts, convictions in courts of law and politics. Speaking out loud so you acknowledge it, honor it. That's a hard pill, go ahead and swallow it. Old prom queens, newfound fiends, zombie shit. Dope boys is the new ball players. Ball player, here today, gone tomorrow, you get some newer neighbors. Old traits showing new behaviors, who's your savior? Designers of divinity, self-euthanasia, self-mutilator. Who gon' treat you right if you don't know that you are greater? Your mindset brings new things and newer data. Fuck you mean, the lies are salty and the truth is flavor. Credit is invisible, without it you need paper. Our country is divisible, we the common denominator. Our workforce won't pay off the debt we acquire Major league to find out the shit really make believe. Promoting milk and smoke the athletes and then your seeds. Remove the seeds from the weeds you sterilize. The male cones that you smoke with the paralyzed. Why ain't a chokehold or no one attempting to rest? The arm is a noose, we suffocating to death. We hung, now we're sitting up and laying down. The real gang is police and they running the town. When did judges start hugging cops after a guilty verdict? And you still walk around trying to be a bigger person? I bet the version Vaseline in the world of perversion. Fucked out of everything, no warning and no coercion. I just wanna see us come together, put funds together, spin with each other and watch us run forever. But I got this Beretta tucked inside my butter leather, cause my skin color won't let me progress with nothing better. I wish you peace, I wish you love, I wish you light. I wish you health, I wish you wealth, I wish you right. Freedom of mind, body, and soul, and no war. Son and Tony, the son and his father take 4.
Man. I mean, I think that's a perfect song to even touch on what we were speaking about
Drumming.
before. You know what I'm saying?
Drumming.
Yeah.
But with that real shit.
Yeah, man.
And that ain't the popular shit.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? That
I
ain't
mean,
the shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I completely feel that joint completely because I mean, even the part when you're talking about you know, how they don't, you know, they don't ever want to pay off the debt that you acquired major. Like, I mean, I feel like I've had debt my whole life. You know what I'm saying?
All the
And
institutions that it start with.
yeah, and I mean, I'll probably never get out of it. Maybe one day I could have hopes of one day being completely debt free, but you know.
Damn, they don't even sell that here no more.
Mm-mm.
That's a Tahitian. Oh, shit.
You don't know?
They don't even
Yeah.
sell that shit here no more.
Oh yeah, man.
That's a Tahitian. Oh man, that's good shit right there. Word.
Yeah, that's my shit, man. I always
That's a
fuck with
classic.
the Tahitian treat, man.
They don't know about it. They don't know about it. Word, but yeah, you're right. It went along with what we were saying. You know what I'm saying? I could talk about a lot of shit because I've been through a lot of shit. But at some point, you gotta talk about what fucking matters.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Some people just need to hear the truth sometime.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And the whole okay, so while we hear the concept, there's a forethought, there's an afterthought, there's an afterthought part 2. I ain't even let nobody know there's an afterthought part 2 yet, but the original concept was to put all 3 of these records together because they so potent and it's just bars. It's a bar fest. And it's intended with no hook because I want you
Mm-hmm.
to, just take a breather. You know what I'm saying? After what you just digested and just know that it's another barrage of some shit that's coming because I just don't miss when I get in my zone. Um, Once I got to it, they started feeling so unique that I needed to show that. So they began to come as little tricks inside of the tape. And then I realized I was on to something different. This is something that I can continuously uh every artist from back in the day used to have a certain thing. Redman had the Superman lovers, and you know what I'm saying? I could go on and on. Somehow this became one of my things. I have many things, but this just became one of them things. So now that I put these 2 records together the way that they were intended on the tape, you know what I'm saying? I get to visually show that, and I don't usually do that. That's different for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just giving the people another side of me, and then know that this dude authentic because this the type of shit you can't make up. You know what I mean? You gotta
Mm-hmm.
go through it to know it.
Yeah, man. So talk about what's next. Talk about
And on a Sunday too.
yeah, like what I mean, can you talk much about it? You got
Yeah,
any
yeah. Sun on a Sunday too. Shout out to Aim First. That's the follow up to this joint. It's it's a different it's this my best work. That's my best work by far. You know what I'm saying? And I have complete faith that it's gonna be received the right way. Um I can't really talk about no special surprises or nothing. You don't want to get You don't want to get the chance to blow the candle out the cake before you even get a
Yeah,
chance
yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
make the wish. But um, I feel like for everybody that I didn't convert as a fan for Sun on a Sunday, I'm gonna catch you on Sun on a Sunday too. So whoever happened to be watching this or tuning in, if you could see my face right now, I'm on your ass. I hear who you be listening to. I see what you like. Shit, you gotta like me too. Fuck that. Fuck that
There it
shit.
is. There it is, right there.
Nice. I'm nice. And everybody needs something different every now and again. That's the beautiful thing about hip hop. There's so many fucking wild cards. I am a wild card. I can't speak for nobody else, but I have the most innate ability to fuck shit up in the best kind of way. And that's a high for me. And I enjoy giving people the doodle face. I love it. I love every fucking time. It never fails. It never fails. A motherfucker catch on to some shit, and I happen to be right there. You know, my peoples, my barber, all type of you know they'd be playing some shit, and motherfuckers be like, yo, who the fuck is this? And it's like a personal joke because you know it just cracks me the fuck up that they do this shit and be trying to show me, you know what I'm saying, how people ain't hip to, you know what I'm saying, what's really raw. And it tickles the shit out of me, man, because like I felt like that was one of the best things about the music, rewinding the tape. Or a
Yeah.
motherfucker stealing your tape, or you gotta find your fucking CD because a motherfucker done pilfered your CD out your fucking car somehow. Like we all had the CDs in a rack on the top of the visor and
Yep.
shit like
Yep.
that.
Yep.
You know that's when you know it was real, when motherfuckers was stealing the music. Like I want to do that. If you can't steal my music from somebody because this shit is digital, you could do me one better and you could catch a speeding ticket in my name and I'll pay for it. Because
Oh
if you listen
shit.
to me in the car, I guarantee you go over 30. Guarantee it.
Oh shit.
Guarantee that shit.
Man. Yeah, man.
But that's what's next on the menu. Sun on a Sunday too. I got, you know, I'm projects ahead, of course. You gotta stay ahead, but
Yeah.
this next batch of music, it'll be coming at, you know, beginning of the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? Sometime in the first quarter. I want to say the very tippy top, but you know, that's the rush when everybody come. You know,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
might
yeah.
let a little shots go off first and then bring out the big gun and you know, shock the world, man, because it's talent everywhere, especially from my city. And like I love it. I love it. I love it. I fucking love this shit. Benny just got signed to Def Jam, man.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful fucking time. And when the world get this dose of San Tony, man, it's gonna be the same shit, man. They gonna love that shit. Like, yo, what the fuck was we missing, man? And it's just gonna keep getting better because people see the success. They see how passionate we is about it. We pick apart the fucking passion for real.
Yeah. There it is.
This is how we living. So be on the lookout for Sun on a Sunday. But if you haven't, I would suggest that you listen to Sun on a Sunday. It's out right now. Just like the brother Tay said, you know, is Mickey Fats, it's Sky Zoo, it's Tish Hyman, it's Ren Thomas. It's a wonderful lineup. You know what I'm saying? The beats
Dope
is
record.
immaculate. Um, yeah. I don't sound like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I sound like me.
Yeah, man.
They make
And
the
that,
comparisons all the time. You know, I get the comparisons. I sound like Ghostface. I sound like Sticky. You know what I'm saying? I sound like Busta. I get all the
isn't
comparisons.
isn't isn't it crazy when they're like, oh, you sound like a mix between this and this and this and this and that. And it's crazy because if they're mixing mixing and matching other people, obviously you just sound like yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Is no different. That's no different to me than, you know, how our eyes we how our eyes pick up color. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? It
Hmm.
just immediately attracts to whatever color you think it is. May not even be that color. You know what I'm saying? You know, I got the
Yeah.
flip-flop paint, you know what I mean, on the cars and shit like that. You look at it, appear one color, but when you get up, it's really another color. That's what people do. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to compare to what they've heard already when everybody is different. But it's hard to hear the different when everybody sounds the same. So that be the real little conundrum that we're always gonna have. Someone's always gonna compare you to somebody else. But that's the thing I like about the comparisons. I don't get compared to nobody booty.
Yeah,
That
man.
is an honor.
Oh
That is
yeah.
an honor. You could tell anybody listen to Son of Tony. And I guarantee you I convert them after they hear a few records. It may not be the first record or the second record, but I got something for everybody. And when you get this new shit, just be prepared because I hear it all the time. Everybody be talking about my shit, this shit. I'm the illest, I'm the rawest. Oh, boy, y'all got a motherfucking problem. Boy, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm dumping.
Well, I can't wait to hear it, man. Tell the people the best way um to stay up to date on social media. Like, is it Instagram, Facebook, Twitter? Like, what's the best way that people can stay up to date with your music?
It's a few different ways. On IG, I am Son of Tony. So one word. Um, the website, sonatony.com. The music is available on all digital streaming platforms. Apple Music, iTunes, Tidal, you name it. YouTube, Son of Tony, everything Son of Tony.
That's what's up, man. So definitely, all y'all out there tuning in, make sure that you check out Son of Tony because uh, he's got a lot of dope music out there, everybody. And his next record that he's gonna drop, um, I mean, he told y'all himself, y'all not ready. Like the shit's gonna hit y'all, and he's gonna convert you if you're not already converted. So definitely make sure that you stay up to date on things like that. Yeah, on that, man. I think we're conclude. I'll let you get on with the rest of your night. I don't want, like I said, I don't want to keep you too long. So this has been Pick Apart the Passion podcast, where it's best to pick apart yourself to get to your passion. Shouts out to my dude Rambunctious, who is the creator of Pick Apart the Passion podcast. And we'll leave you with this quote that his father said: "Is it better to be right or kind?" And yeah, we'll leave you with that. This has been a great episode with Son of Tony. Salute you and bless. Um, yeah, man. And I look forward to the new record, man. So stay in touch. I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll do some work in the future. But this has been dope having you on the show, man. Appreciate you.
Much obliged, man. You need me, hit me.
All right, man.
Be the
Blessings. You have a
first.
good night, sir.
You too.
All right, man.
Peace.
Peace.